for God, for people, for order. This is a clarion call to restore the integrity of Zimbabwe's religious landscape. My fellow Zimbabweans, today I rise not with rage, but with resolve, not to divide, but to discern, not to destroy the church, but to help purify and protect it. Allow me to address you all today, not just as the chairman of the Harare Economic Forum, but more importantly, I speak as a son of the soil, a boy who grew up in the dusty roads of Pumula South in Bulawayo, a man with a dream to see the religious principalities defeated and Jesus winning. I am grieved by the cries of a people misled, wounded and exploited, not by politics, not by famine, but by some intruders who claim to represent the God of heaven when they are thieves and robbers. Plato once said, "The price good men pay for indifference to public affairs is to be ruled by evil men." But allow me to say, the price we are paying for our silence in the religious sector is the rise of spiritual imposters. Zimbabwe is a very spiritual nation. Our people have always drawn strength from prayer. We revere the church, but what do we do when that which should be sacred becomes soiled? When the pulpit becomes a stage for deception, when the holy is turned into a hustle. This is why the Harare Economic Forum is launching a nationwide petition with immediate effect, a call for the regulation of churches in Zimbabwe. Let me be clear on this. This is not an attack on Jesus Christ or the true church. This is not a declaration war on spirituality. This is a stand for order, for truth, and for justice. Thomas Jefferson once said, "It is error alone which needs the support of government. Truth can stand by itself." I say, if your ministry is built on truth, then regulation should not scare you at all. Daily we are flooded with online videos and headlines showing so-called miracles, rehearsed, and testimonies bought and sold. Spiritual racketeering has become an enterprise in Zimbabwe. Con artists roam the streets in clerical collars. They manipulate through fear and false hope, selling visions, selling merchandise, selling salvation. Yet the law watches in silence. Enough is enough. The other day I watched in pain grandmothers being arrested for selling vegetables to feed their children and their grandchildren, while unlicensed spiritual empires mushroom on every corner untaxed, unaccountable, and unchecked. Something is definitely wrong somewhere. No teachers teaches without a certificate. No doctor practices without a license. No lawyer enters court without credentials. As the Harare Economic Forum, we pledge to work hand in glove with the government of Zimbabwe to shut down all the unregulated religious enterprises and to hold accountable every person posing as a spiritual leader without proper validation, responsibility, truth. We do not do this from a place of rebellion. We do it from a place of righteousness and love. Dietrich Bonhoeffer once said, "Silence in the face of evil is itself evil." We will not be silent while our people are spiritually manipulated and economically exploited. Let me speak now to those who are part of the true church. Because for every false, there is true. For every negative, there is positive. Those who serve with humility, integrity, and faith. This is not about you, and it is not against you. We see you, we honor you, but even you must agree with me. There must be a separation between those who serve God and those who self-serve. I'm not against the Church of Jesus Christ. I'm not against the believers of Jesus Christ. I am against those who use the name of Jesus in vain. damaging the very integrity of the gospel, exploiting the word they claim is the standard of their lives. They profess with their mouths what they never practice with their lives. They are vain babblers with touches of snakes, promising healing they can never, ever, ever deliver. Collecting offerings for blessings they cannot even give. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no time arguing what a good man should be, but just be one." We say, waste no more time debating what a true servant of God should look like. Just be one. Live it and prove it. As we push forward, we do so by drawing inspiration from His Excellency, President Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, who has without question proven himself among the finest in Africa, steering Zimbabwe through storms with resilience and vision. Let us not forget, over 8,000 infrastructure projects completed since his tenure. Economic reforms towards stabilization and growth, investment in agriculture and food security, youth empowerment and innovation hubs, improved healthcare and education delivery in our beautiful nation, the great Zimbabwe, expansion of e-governance and technology, environmental sustainability programs, strengthened foreign relations, promoted national unity and reconciliation, rebuilding national pride and institutional strength. Our president has laid the foundation. Now it's time we help protect it from being undermined by unchecked misconduct. As the Harare Economic Forum, we are not moved by popularity. We are not moved by anything. We are moved by principle. We are not driven by applause, but by accountability. We do not seek revenge, but we seek to restore. We seek restoration. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter." Faith matters, truth matters, the souls of our people matter. And so today we stand, we speak, and we act. We are for the people, we are with the people, we are to the people, and we will always stand for the people. And we will not back down no matter what. As I rest my case, allow me to enlighten you a little on why churches in Zimbabwe should be regulated. There is a rampant financial exploitation and unregulated fundraising that is happening in our churches today. Many churches operate as profit-driven enterprises, collecting tithes, offerings, seed money under the guise of divine instruction, promising things that never manifest. Congregants are often manipulated emotionally and spiritually into parting with their hard-earned income. Yet there is no financial accountability or transparency. There are no audits and no tax compliance. These churches effectively run as untaxed businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, where there is no accountability, exploitation strives. There is so much proliferation of fake miracles and manufactured testimonies that is happening within the confines of the church. From stage-managed miracles to choreographed deliverances, the religious space is riddled with spiritual deception. False testimonies are used to draw desperate people, the sick, the poor, and the broken, into a cycle of psychological manipulation. This undermines both faith and public trust. When the sacred is exploited for profit, the result is spiritual fraud. So much is happening and it needs to be stopped. There are increasing reports of congregants being isolated from family, instructed to abandon medical treatment, or even coerced into dangerous fasts and rituals. Women and young people in particular have been subjected to sexual, emotional, and financial abuse under the guise of religion or divine obedience, often with no recourse to justice. There is a lot of churches that are mushrooming, unqualified, self-appointed pastors. Zimbabwe now witnesses a daily emergence of untrained, untested, and unordained individuals claiming to be prophets, bishops, apostles, pastors, evangelists. These individuals often lack theological training or pastoral ethics. Unlike doctors, teachers, or engineers who are vetted and licensed, anyone can start a church, erect a tent, and begin collecting the offerings. A nation that allows unchecked spiritual authority is a nation that exposes its people to danger. Therefore, Zimbabwe is currently exposed to danger. The use of churches as fronts for money laundering and cross-border criminal activity. There is a growing concern, supported by investigative journalism that we see online on a daily basis, that some churches are being used to launder money, evade tax, or serve as conduits for illegal foreign cash inflows and outflows. With no oversight, these operations risk drawing Zimbabwe into international scrutiny or sanctions. But I say to you, enough is enough. As the Harare Economic Forum and as the chairman of the forum, I say to you, it is time, and the time is now. If we don't act today, we will never act again. Let us rise together. The petition is coming. As soon as you see the petition, sign it, for the churches must be regulated no matter what. I thank you. My name is J. Israel Jacob Dube.